Now let's shift focus to the much-awaited Tata Indian Premier League 2022. Just 2 days to go for India's mega T20 league, and the excitement amongst the cricket fans knows no bounds. A lot of new things are happening in the 15th edition of the league this time. There are two new teams in the fray, Gujarat and Lucknow. These teams will be led by T20 superstars Hardik Pandya and Rahul respectively. Not just this, after a long gap of 11 months, the T20 league has returned to India. However, the group games will be restricted to just 4 venues, 1 in Pune and 3 in Mumbai. Additionally, 25% spectators will be allowed in the stadium. In the inaugural clash, defending champions Chennai will be taking on Kolkata at Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium. Now, actually, to speak further about it, I'm now joined on the broadcast by Gaurav Gupta, Senior Assistant Editor at the Times of India. Gaurav, what is the excitement really about? Is it about the games coming back to the country, or is it about people going and watching that in person?
Good afternoon to you and all our viewers. I think the excitement is definitely about the IPL, returning to India. Considering that the second half of it was held in the UAE last year after the massive, devastation caused by the second wave forced it to be postponed, the second leg. Other than the IPL itself taking place, I think the crowds being allowed back, because even last year it was held in, when the first part of it, when it was held in India, it was held in empty grounds, in empty stadiums, and that's never a good sight. But then this time the authorities have allowed 25% crowd, which is a welcome move. And going forward, if things improve, maybe a month down the line we can see that number being converted to 50%. And maybe if things go on, then maybe the playoffs, as my sources told me, could be held in Ahmedabad with 100% capacity. So this is all something that the fans are really looking forward to. Also, the fact that there are two new teams in the fray now this time, then Lucknow Super Giants and
Yes.
Gujarat Titans. So that also adds to the excitement. So I think we now slowly the anticipation is building up for an exciting tournament, 10-team tournament, and with a new sponsor there in Tata, and also the new rules enforced by the ICC. So it's all going to be exciting in the coming months, in the coming couple of months. I think a lot of good cricket and exciting cricket is in store.
Of course, and Gaurav, the fact that, it's not just for the people to come to the stadium and watch these matches, it's also for the players who were looking for that live cheering. I'm sure they were missing all of that, because if that is not the game, then what is? Because they actually live for when they go ahead and, shoot those sixes and the crowd's cheering. That is what this game is all about also, in a sense.
100%. Last 2 years, the poor telecaster, Star Sports, has had to do with artificial sounds of the crowd cheering every time a 4 or 6 was hit or a wicket was taken.
Yes.
Yes. This which seemed a bit unfortunate, but the need of the times that we were in that period of time. But now this time, to actually hear the roar of the crowd, it's a sight to see when the Mumbai Indians play at their home venue, or the Chennai Super Kings play at their home venue. And expect a lot of fans from other cities to travel to Mumbai and Pune, to cheer for their teams, to come to the stadiums. So that's a different sight altogether. And even if it is 25%, it still makes a lot of difference for them to be there. So definitely the fans are the life and soul of the game.
Absolutely.
For them to be there and cheering in the stadium in person, it makes for a completely different atmosphere. That is what the IPL is all about. Definitely the fans coming back to the stadium is one of the most exciting parts of this IPL.
And what are you looking forward to when it comes to the inaugural clash between Chennai and Kolkata?
It's a repeat of last year's final. I expect an exciting clash. KKR is, completely new look, in the sense that they are now led by Shreyas Iyer, who's been in tremendous form for India of late, who's come back really well from injury. And I expect him to lead from KKR from the front. And they have an excellent coach in Brendan McCullum. And again, Venkatesh Iyer will be somebody eager to continue his good performances. He's now sort of established himself in the Indian T20 side as a valuable lower a player. Here, of course, he will open the innings. The KKR, of course, will be without Shubman Gill. I think they're going to miss him a lot. So it will be interesting to see who partners him at the top. And then you have, the Chennai Super Kings. They have, Rituraj Gaikwad would be somebody whom we would all look forward to, because he had a stupendous season last year. He scored some 681 runs. I think he was the top run scorer. But yet he's yet to sort of he's played a couple of T20s for India, but he's yet to break into the T20 Indian T20 side properly. And I expect him to be determined to put in a show which proves us which tells us about his class. There's of course Mahendra Singh Dhoni, for whom every time last couple of seasons we've been thinking, okay, this is going to be his farewell season. This is going to be his farewell season. But this definitely looks like his swan season. I mean, it's always a pleasure to see him on the field, how he operates, and CSK in general. Dwayne Bravo and the likes. They too have an ultra experienced coach in Stephen Fleming. So all in all, it should be an exciting clash. And I'm really looking forward to.
Absolutely. And you know what, Gaurav, CSK fans are something that always end up becoming the talk of the town. Since this match is in Mumbai, how do you see that fan mania really developing? Because it is MSD, which CSK really playing against Kolkata Knight Riders. You'd probably see Shah Rukh Khan also in the stadium somewhere. So all of that put together, how do you see that inaugural clash really going?
Well, Shah Rukh hasn't really turned up for KKR's games, too many of KKR's games since the past few years. But then, having said that, he could always be there, and that would certainly add to the charm and the atmosphere. Having said that, CSK, I think their fans will definitely should be there in big numbers, because of the limited capacity that we have.
Yes.
Because there would be a lot of them who would have perhaps traveled from Chennai to Mumbai. And in Mumbai itself, a lot of CSK supporters would be there. A lot of people belonging to Tamil Nadu, or generally being CSK supporters. I mean, this support for CSK transcends beyond just being from Tamil Nadu or from a particular region, or this thing in India.
Absolutely. And you can't expect anything less than CSK fans. That is the kind of fan mania that we're talking about. Gaurav Gupta, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast and taking us through on what to expect from the IPLs this year.